Hello everyone. So today we will learn about ng modules in Angular. So we also called ng modules as modules. So modules are basically building blocks of an Angular application. So or we can say Angular libraries like router module, HTTP client module, forms module, common module. So there are a lot of modules which are available which provide a specific set of functionalities. So we can call it these modules as ng modules. And we can also use third party libraries like material design as ng modules. So what ng modules is doing basically, it is consolidating components, directives and pipes into one block. So each application is having a one ng module that is called root module or app module. So here we can see it. So this is the app.module.ts. So this module is basically called root module in Angular application. So every Angular application must be having at least one module that we can call it as root module. So this is our app.module.ts, that is the root module. So it is having some set of properties, some set of import statements which we can see here. So if I we can see here is the decorator at the rate ng module. So Angular has provided the different decorators for specifying a particular class as a component or module or a pipe or directives. So basically here ng module is a decorator also. So it is basically telling us that this export class app module. So here our class name is app module. So app module is our root module or ng module we can call it. So every module, component, directive, pipes will be a class, and we will be defining the decorators like ng module or component or pipe. So that will be categorizing according to their functionalities. So here we will be discussing only about modules or root module. So here we can see couple of more properties, like inside ng module we are having a object declaration property, imports property, providers property, bootstrap property. There are two more properties as well, exports and entry components. So what are these properties or are doing? Basically these are accepting an array. So if we talk about declarations first, so what is the role of this declarations attribute here? So as this is the root module and it is consolidating all the apps, components, directives and pipes. So if I am creating one component and I want to use it into different component, so I need to inject it into here. Like if I am having a component, suppose admin component or user component or customer component, then we need to inject it here like this way. So each value would be comma separated. Like if I am creating some different component like customer component, then I need to uh, enter this here. So that will enable that component to all other components, directive and pipes into our application. So it's kind of we can say it is enabling the component which is injected here to the whole root module. So all other components inside this app module can use this component which we are going to create, or we can use we can create directives, we can create pipes. So once we inject it here, then we can use it throughout the application or throughout the root module basically. So declarations is making our components, directives or pipes specific to that root module available to all other different components. Now we come to the imports part. So as Angular is a basically this import attribute, so Angular is a modular in nature or modular framework. So what Angular has done, it has created different modules for different functionalities. So why it was needed? Because it uh, helps to take only those modules which are needed. Like if we need to use only forms, or if we need to use only routing, then we can use a router module, or we can use forms module. So ultimately we are taking only those modules whichever are needed. So by default there are couple of modules which are required, like browser module. This module is needed so that our application can be run successfully on browser. So there are couple of other modules as well, like common module if we are going to work on forms, and we are going to use ng4. So there are different modules so we can use. So any functionality is specific to that module, like if we need to implement routing, then we need to inject router module here. If we need to make a backend call for fetching the data from database, then we are going to inject http client module here. So basically imports means importing the module. So if we want to use the particular component functionalities or directives or say anything specified into that module, we need to inject that common module or that module here. So once we like if I talk about browser module, so first we have to import. So browser module is inside this package angular slash platform browser. So once we import from here and inject it into this import section, then this whole functionality of this browser module is going to be used inside that app module. So if we need to use router module, then we can import router from like import router module from angular slash router, then we can inject it here. So we can use the routing, or we can implement navigation to different views. So corresponding to different modules we can inject, we need to inject here in import section if we need to use the functionality for that module. And next is one more exports also. So there is one more attribute which was not mentioned here, exports module. So what exports module is responsible for? So like we have discussed, if we need to use a browser module functionality, then we need to inject browser module into import section. So exports module comes into picture when we are going to work on different feature modules. Suppose we are having our complex application, it is having a admin module, user module, dashboard module. So in that case what we can do, instead of having one root module, we can have separate module for each uh, uh, user dashboard or admin or something. So we can create separate module file, separate module class for each our mod component. So if we want to use the functionality across the modules, so suppose we have created one module like customer module or user module, and we want to use into different module, like suppose there is functionality or function into the user module and we want to use it into admin module, then we need to export that uh, module functionalities or that component directives or pipes into that export section. So we will discuss more about this later also. So exports basically useful for cross communication between the modules. So if we are having different modules or shared module, features module, and we want to use functionality of one module into different module, then we can use this exports attribute. Providers is basically helpful for injecting the services. So if whenever we are going to work on any application, then definitely we need to maintain the state and data across the application. So we will be injecting the services here so that we can use the application throughout the root module or app module. Next comes bootstrap. So bootstrap attribute is basically so when we first time our application is going to load, then we need to provide the first component or root component. So in Angular application by default, app component is the root component. app module is the root module, and app component is the root component or starting component, we can say. So each and every time we need to specify app component. By default, we create the Angular app by using ng new and app name. Then it is going to do the all the settings by default. So Bootstrap will be setting default to app component. App component is the starting component of our application, we can say. So we need to put all other views, routing on this module. So if I talk about right now, I've just have put these router outlet and this one selector of customer dashboard component here. So our application is going to bootstrap through this app component, then it will be going to this uh, app component.html, then router outlet or routing. So any view we are going to load, and then this component. There is one more, entry components. Entry components are basically, so in Angular there are two ways by which we can use a component. Like if I have created one component here, you can see this customer dashboard component, this one. So I have created this component. So each component would be having its extension like dot component dot ts. So customer dashboard component. If I need to use that, there are basically two ways. I can directly, here you can see the selector. So there is a selector attribute. So I can use this selector attribute. So directly on any HTML file where we want to use. So right now I have put this selector like this on this app.component.html. So we can use this. There is one another way. So we can use the routing or router outlet. So before this we need to specify into app.routing module.ts. So here we need to specify the path and component name. So entry components are basically those components which are used by routing or this bootstrap component. So basically two ways we are excluding the selector way. So we can use it by either routing or by bootstrapping this way. So these are the two ways for using entry components, right? So if I am going to use routing and defining the path and the component name, then it is a kind of entry components. And also this bootstrap is also, here we are providing, is also kind of entry components. And if we are using the selector, this like this I have used, so this is not the way of entry component. This is one of the way of entry component, we can say. And so ng model is definitely marked with the ng module decorator declarations. So we need to define the component directives and pipes so that we can use it into different components and directives. Import section, again we need to use some functionality, then definitely we need to import it. Export section, again cross communication between the modules. Providers, like we can create services, inject it into here and can use throughout the root module. Bootstrap is again the starting component. Entry component, again I have told that Angular loads imperatively, not referencing it in the template. So not by using selector basically. So we can use, there are two main kinds of entry component: bootstrap component, which we have already seen, app component, and another one is routing component. So basically we can configure the routes this way. So we have path, here there is no path, so like the localhost colon 4200, and there would be nothing else, and then it is going to load customer list component. So this is the way, these are the basic features of our modules. So we can create, if we need to create some separate module or feature module, then there are a couple of ng commands, or we can directly also create it. So why do we need feature modules first, or what are the feature modules? So like we have already discussed, in our application we can have different functionalities, we can have different modules, and they are going to be very complex. So in order to segregating the things, like if we need to organize the logic and application files according to the module. So if we are having an admin module and we want to keep it all the components, directive pipes into that module only, so we can create a admin module. And if we are having a different dashboard module, then we can create dashboard module, and we can create put all the components, directives, all the files related to that dashboard module into that block only. And the bay we can create it. So this is the bay. So this is the Angular CLI command which we can use. So ng generate module and then name. So this is our customer dashboard module is going to be the name of the module, like admin module, dashboard module, customer module. So by running this command ng generate module, we can use our customer dashboard module. So one thing I would like to see you here. So I told you about exports functionality. So exports functionality in this section, this export. So each ng module. So if I am going to create this different module, so I have already created one customer dashboard module here. So it is like the same root module. There will be couple of differences. So it is having the ng module decorator, declarations property, imports and exports. So here there is a one component, customer dashboard component. Like we have already discussed, this is a separate module, customer dashboard module, and it is having its own customer dashboard component, right? And app dot module is not having any idea about this, and if we need to use it into the app module as well, or into different modules. So what we can do here? So I have just declared it inside this export section, and we also need to put in declarations so that it is available across all the components. Export section is going to make this available to other modules where this customer dashboard module is going to be imported. So if I come here and in import section, if I put this or inject this customer dashboard module, then I can use this component, customer dashboard component, in our app module or app.component file as well. So export section is useful when we are going to export our components which are specific to one particular module, and we need to make this available to different modules. So we will put the that component name into this export section, and we simply need to import that module, basically that module, not that component. We will import that module. So all the things which are specified here, if we are having a suppose 10 or 100 components, directive something, so we can access, we just need to import one customer dashboard module here, and we can use all the components. If we are there are 10, then we can use 10 all the components into app module. So this is the things about the ng module section. So that's all guys. Thank you everyone.